What is up, loud and proud crowd? I hope you guys are doing absolutely awesome today. You know, it's been kind of slow here, and I understand that. It's not really like what I would prefer, but I'm waiting on getting my next truck. Hopefully my truck goes this week. I've got somebody lined up to you know, hopefully take it home. So that will be awesome, awesome, awesome. Can't wait to get it sold. Can't wait to get onto my next truck. I'm really excited. What I wanted to bring up in this video, as you saw by the title, and I know what you guys are probably thinking right away. A lot of you guys are probably like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna unsubscribe because, you know, he's gonna, you know, buy a gasser truck, and that's just, you know, I don't want anybody owning a gasser truck, even though like half the people that are probably saying that don't even own a diesel. You know, just how people are. What I want to talk about is possibly getting a gas truck. And now what I mean by that is not selling my truck to, you know, replace it with a gas truck. What I'm saying is, when I sell my truck, which I could just go buy one right now, but I don't really want to have 2 or 3 trucks sitting here, you know, that I have to pay insurance on right now. So that's kind of the old deal, and I don't want to have to maintain 3 trucks at the moment. But what I'm thinking is, when I sell my truck, I've got my eye on a couple different trucks that I'm looking at, and you know, I've been looking for manual. They're so hard to find, they're so expensive, but I got my eye on one. If it doesn't sell by the time I get my truck sold, I want to go pick the thing up and buy it. It's got 200,000 miles on it, a little bit more. Pretty much rust-free. Frame is super clean. I've seen it in person. Trying not to show you guys the truck yet because I just want it to be more fresh, like a reveal when I actually go and get it. But it's a pretty clean truck. You know, it needs some TLC, needs some cosmetic attention. It's got some dings and some dents like on the bed and stuff like that, but overall it's a pretty clean truck, and I'd be pretty happy to own it. But the gas truck thing I wanted to bring up, because there's gonna be people who are just trying to figure out, you know, like, what does he mean by he wants to replace his truck with a gas truck? Basically, not replacing my truck with a gas truck, but getting a gas truck in addition to my next diesel truck. And I'll show you why, and I'll kind of, not show you, but I'll kind of explain why. My truck, you know, these trucks are notorious, well, all trucks are pretty much notorious, even our 7.3 here, for rusting terribly. When you drive them through the salt and you drive them through the snow here up north, they just get eaten up bad. And I don't really want that happening to my next truck, especially since I'm buying it right in the season of snow and salt, and just, you know, not good for those trucks. I just don't want that truck to take a lot of abuse when it comes to the frame and the body from salt, and I'd rather keep it as nice as possible and take care of it. I like to take care of my things. I mean, you know, if that's the purpose, you know, that I want for it, is to keep it nice, show quality. You know, I'm not saying my truck, but my next one, I want it to be a nice, clean truck that I keep nice and I keep clean, and I do a lot of horsepower work to it and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I want to have a good balance of cosmetic and a really good balance of horsepower, but I don't want to, you know, do all that and then at the end of the day, still taking it through salt and crap like that, and just, you know, beating the thing out, putting unnecessary wear on it, kind of beating around the bush here. What I'm thinking about doing is getting a gas truck in addition for winter use, for trail riding, for mudding, stuff like that. Because like I said, if I'm getting a truck like this, I'd rather not use it for, you know, running through the salt, running through mud, running through stuff like that. They're just, I mean, to replace like a transmission on one of these trucks, it's freaking expensive, versus to replace like a gas truck, what I'm looking to get, you could replace the entire truck with a good motor and a good transmission, the entire truck, for $2,000 by just parting out your previous one and getting a new one, you know, instead of having to drop $5,000 to $7,000 just into a transmission alone on one of these diesels. So that's kind of what I'm contemplating, because you guys always, a lot of you guys want to see mudding stuff, you guys want to see trail stuff, and you guys want to see some gas truck stuff. I mean, mostly diesel's like always going to be the main thing of the channel. 90 to 95% of the content on here is going to stay diesel truck and diesel truck focused. But the whole gas truck thing I just kind of brought up mostly because I just would rather run that through the salt in the winter versus my next diesel truck. So I mean, you can look at that however you want. Some people be like, oh, take your truck through the salt, who cares? Me, if I have the opportunity to be able to just buy a cheap gas truck and run that through the snow and run that through the winter, quite honestly rather do that than my diesel truck. So I mean, there's ups and downs to owning 2 trucks. There's ups and downs to owning a gasser and driving that through the winter over a diesel, and owning 2 trucks and not running your diesel most of the winter. When I say not running it, I mean I'm still going to be upgrading it and building it nonstop through the winter, and actually that's mostly what the truck's going to be there for, is strictly build, and probably more building than driving, quite honestly. And my daily drive would probably be the gas truck, you know, just to rack up the miles on that, rack up the, you know, the wear and tear on that thing, but not so much on my diesel truck, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just kind of how it is. Obviously a truck's still going to come out and we're still going to run it, we're still going to do stuff like that, but it's not going to be like the main use for that truck. It's not going to be solely a daily driver, like the gas or Chevy that I would get. That would be for like mudding, trail riding, winter driving, mostly daily driving, I guess, in general. But of course, when the weather's nice, drive the diesel. Again, I don't know what you guys think about that. Do you guys think that's a dumb idea? Do you guys think that's a good idea? The way I look at it is, like, for example, I think I already kind of told you, I found one truck that I got my eye on. Clean frame, clean body. It's got some dents on the bed, but the bed sides can be replaced for a couple $100. But overall, the truck is clean. The truck is really clean. The miles aren't bad. It's a 5-speed manual. Dash is cracked, but I've already got all the parts in my cart online to replace all the dash parts that are cracked, and the whole thing altogether is going to be like $250 for me to replace. So it's, you know, I'm not worried about that at all. The cracked dash doesn't really bother me if I can replace it. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards, and the truck's like in the $5,000 to $6,000 range, which is pretty good. You know, for the truck that it is, it's pretty good, and I'd be pretty pleased to stay in that price range with that truck, for the condition that it's in, for all the work that I could do to it and work with it. I mean, it would be sweet for that. For that price, the truck would be well worth it, and it would give me plenty of money, you know, left aside to be able to continue building on it, working on it, that type of thing. So I would be extremely happy about that. But the gas truck thing, it's actually at the same dealer. It's at the same dealer I found a gas truck. I've been looking all over Craigslist, you know, in all different areas around me, states, and I'm like, I mean, they're all just a little bit pricey. They're all just a little bit pricey, you know, like I don't want to spend more than like $4,000, you know, on a gas truck. I'm just going to run through the salt and the mud and stuff like that, you know, just because, like, if anything happens to it, I'm still out, you know, like $4,000. I'm like, if I can find something around $2,000, I would run that through the snow, run that through the salt and all that crap. And on the same lot, I went back to that website where I found the truck that I'm looking at, and on the same lot, they have it for $2,300. They have a 1998 Silverado regular cab long bed 1500 with a 5.7 liter gas engine in it, and it looks like a good truck. It's got a little bit of fender rust, but nothing bad. It's only got 101,000 miles on it, and it looks pretty clean for $2,300. And I was just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I might be able to get a really good deal on both trucks if I do end up buying 2 trucks from the same guy off the same lot. And I could probably have both trucks for less than $7,000, which would just be incredible. That's what I'm kind of leaning towards. I would just throw it on like liability or something, you know, because if anything happens to it, it's $2,000. You can replace the truck for like $2,000. Just go buy another one versus have to, you know, pay insurance on it over a year, and then you'll probably be out that $2,000 anyway. So you could have just saved it back and bought another truck. I don't know what you guys are thinking on that. If you guys think that's a good idea, bad idea, just to buy a gas truck for, like I said, mud, trail, snow, salt, do donuts in the snow, crap like that, just a beater truck. That's what it would be for. But also I could do some build stuff to it, like wheels, tires, you know, lights and mirrors and crap like that. You know, maybe dual exhaust on it, straight pipe exhaust, but for the most part, not sink a ton of money into that, but just kind of use it for a little bit of content here and there. But mostly just to save some miles, wear and tear, and all that abuse on my nice diesel truck. But basically all the money that I put, like, sink into a truck would still mostly be 95% of that will go into my next diesel truck, not that gas truck. I guess that's why I'm making the video, so you guys can kind of let me know what you guys are thinking on that. If you guys think that's a good idea to run a cheap truck like that through the snow for trails and mud and stuff like that, and then just keep the diesel truck as like your horsepower and stuff like that, and just try to build like a cool, I don't know, I want it to be different than my truck. I want my truck, my next truck, to be more horsepower over cosmetic. My truck just had so many issues when it came to, you know, shocks and just wheels and tires, like so bad, like all right off the bat, to where that's where my money had to go. And by the time I got the truck, and it's still far from where I wanted it to be cosmetically, I never even really got a chance to do the horsepower thing. But the next truck, I want to focus a lot more on the horsepower thing and try to keep the horsepower to cosmetic work pretty balanced out, and not just all cosmetic and then all horsepower, you know, that type of thing. I want it to try to be as much balance as possible. I don't know what you guys have to say about it. Really, I don't really even know if you guys have to say anything about it. I mean, I could just, it wouldn't be replacing my diesel truck. I would just kind of have it in addition as my daily driver. And then still mostly just be sinking most 90% of my money, you know, got set aside for the truck. I'd still be sinking into the diesel, not taking away from the diesel truck content for gas. So that's not what it would be about. Whether you guys, you know, I get enough, yes you should, yes you shouldn't, I think it'd be cool, I think it'd be stupid. It's, in the end, it's still just, you know, my decision, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. But I just thought I'd bring that up and kind of see kind of what the people would be thinking on that, what they'd kind of be leaning towards. So anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. As soon as I get my truck sold here, hopefully within the next week, I've got somebody lined up to come and hopefully pick it up. So once we get the truck sold, stuff's going to get moving again. We're going to be moving on to the next thing. We're going to be building, and it's going to be happening. And this last, like, I don't know, 3 weeks have just been really slow, and I really apologize. It's just how it's been. Trying to bring you videos still, And every time I make the video, I'm like, I still need some more build content, you know, that type of deal. But it is what it is. I love to get into just like a build slash vlog style every single day. It doesn't have to be, regardless whether we actually get some build stuff done or just a piece of solely entertainment, you guys can enjoy it. So trying to find my groove, trying to find that thing that I can get into to where, you know, the videos are just good every single day. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button. Let me know if you guys think I should get a gasser in addition to my diesel truck for taking the abuse off the diesel truck kind of thing, as a daily thing, as through the snow, salt, mudding, trail riding type of thing. Or if you guys just think, nah, don't waste your money on it, even though it's super cheap and I could just go buy one anyways. It's not for insurance, it'd be extremely cheap too. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below. If you have not yet joined the family, subscribe. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Doing what I love, going day to day, but I know it takes time and I'm patiently waiting. Sometimes I contemplate, cause one day you feel so close and the next is out of sight. But I know I gotta hold on tight to go back to just going out every night. Like if I'm about to let it go now, I can live alright, live a normal life, doing 9 to 5. But I know I'm more than that. I gained this skill, wasn't born with that. At the end of the life, it's a memory.